description and training? We don't really have that. Like, should we, like Renee's the inventory tech, should we make like a surgery tech, lab tech? Do we need that right now, or do we?
Yeah, your management team.
Wait for that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's a good one. You know, that's actually, that can be done in two, actual workshops. We have a job description, and see, job descriptions they're paramount. That you have them, number one. And in order to have a job description, you have to define what the jobs are. Even before you can do the job description. And some of that has been evoluting. Because when I came here, you didn't have a receptionist. So I mean so that position, now is kind of filled. It's receptionist / communication record specialist. We talked about that, position as well. And then it's a matter of where do we go from there, because the normal positions that are in place are exam room tech, which is a tech that's usually more into the front area. And again, you have a unique setup on your physical plant, and how you do that. And then, so we have that position, which is a little different than your treatment room tech, which is another different position. And then many times, it depends on the hospital and how big it is. You can have, lab tech and surgical tech. So you actually have 4 positions. And many times, treatment tech and lab tech, become the same. And then there's a lot of you guys do a lot of cross-training in here. So the job descriptions for those areas, are very important. And then, of course, we've got the administrative, area where Steph's kind of taken that one over. And what's the job description for your administrative area? So we have to create, those job descriptions. Are there templates for it? Sure. But I never template it necessarily because every practice is different. Believe it or not, unless you have a standard laid out practice, but you guys have a little bit of a unique thing here. So we haven't done that, but can we do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It'd be a good workshop. And teaching and training is another whole workshop. That's one of your biggest projects, I'll tell you right now. And I've got it all laid out. You guys want to, before I leave today, I can leave you a format for that.
Okay.
It's called a win-win training system. It's what I call it. It spins off of, if you've ever done read any of Stephen Covey's works, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Principle-Centered Leadership, you name it. He's written some great books. And this kind of spins off of that because it's what I call a win-win training system. It always starts with the end in mind. That means that you define what you want somebody to know. And then you define all the skill sets, and you have phases. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. You have all the skill sets within the phases. You have the trainer, and you have a time frame, in order to get Phase 1 done, Phase 2 done, Phase 3 done. It helps you in a tremendous amount of ways. We'll start on that. We'll maybe workshop it maybe next time I come in. You guys define what you want to know.
Maybe you be our trainer, because she's pretty much been anyway. Why don't you be our trainer person if you wanted?
Yeah,
and she can meet with you today and get some information. And
sourcing and that's called sourcing and accountability, by the way.
During our slow times.
You just got sourced. You now become the accountable person.
And you're the sorcerer.
Volunteering. She did it, I did.
And I'm the sorcerer.
Do you make everybody go through this training, no matter how experienced they are?
Absolutely. What we do is for every job description, you develop a teaching and training methodology. And again, I want to be sure and focus in on it. See, I've had these things in my brain, but you guys don't know about this. So this is why I wanted to stop, and let's talk about these things. Because we've got, well, 2 very definitive, workshops right now. That we actually have to physically workshop some of these areas. Come up with spending a little bit of time defining what are these skill sets, that you have to put into Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 in each of the different areas.
Okay.
So we need to start laying all that out. Let's get it laid out. Let's put the skeleton on it. We'll flesh it in. Because here's the next step in all that. So you have your phases, you have your skill sets, you have your trainer, You have your time frame. Now you have to have your resources. That's the big one. Now, the beautiful part about that is in the technology, you've got a system right now that's kind of set up so that sometimes, let's just say setting an IV catheter. What are your resources? Well, you better know the anatomy, you better know how to do it, you better know the methodology, and there are 3 different ways to do that, and tape it in, and everybody has a different way. Well, you have to kind of come down to, okay, what's going to be the way here, that you're going to teach it, the way you do it, and it may be a video, that you need. All of those things are resources for that one skill set. So that when you're training somebody, and you bring somebody new in, and they go to IV catheter, all of a sudden you've got all these resources that they have, which are, physical anatomy, whatever. Plus, the last thing is you have to watch them set one. So that then you can check it off and that skill set's there.